General Hospital spoilers reveal that Jocelyn is embarking on a dangerous investigation as she decides to dig deeper into the mysterious death of Austin, a case that seems to have been forgotten too quickly. From the beginning, things didn't add up. Austin was a talented doctor with no obvious enemies, yet he was killed in a mysterious way right in his own home in the woods, a place very few could access. Joss feels that something is off, and she can't let the case fade into oblivion. As Joss begins reporting her findings, she quickly realizes that some powerful force is trying to hide the truth. Someone has controlled all the information about Austin's death, making it look like an unsolvable case, forcing the authorities to close the investigation. But Joss isn't easily fooled. She starts searching for evidence, following every small lead she can gather. But as she gets closer to the truth, things become more dangerous. Anonymous calls, indirect threats, even the feeling of being watched every time she leaves her house. These are all signs that someone doesn't want her to continue investigating. But who is Joss? She's not the type to give up easily, and if there's one thing she hates, it's being controlled or threatened. This story not only changes Joss's life, but it also shakes Port Charles to its core. The secrets that Austin may have known could threaten many powerful people, and Joss may have unwittingly become the next target. She can't help but wonder, what did Austin really discover before he died? Was it related to Cyrus Renault, who had many shady dealings with Austin in the past? Or is there someone else behind this case, someone no one would expect? Every twist in the case is pulling Joss into a more dangerous spiral than ever. She's not just putting herself in danger, but she's also unknowingly dragging her loved ones into this fight. Trina, Dex, Carly, Sunny. Who among them can help her, and who will become the next target of those lurking in the shadows? As Jocelyn gets closer to the truth, a real storm is brewing in Port Charles. She stands at a crossroads, continue risking her life to uncover the truth, or step back before it all goes too far? But if she gives up now, who will continue down this path? Who will bring justice for Austin, and will anyone else be silenced? Port Charles is about to face a secret greater than anyone ever imagined, and Jocelyn may be the only one brave enough to pull the curtain back, but the price she has to pay could be steep. Lucas is facing a huge shock when he discovers that Austin is still alive. This news turns everything he believed upside down, as everyone thought Austin had been killed in a mysterious case, a case without resolution, with no real culprit ever brought to light. But now, Lucas has proof that Austin never died. Instead, he deliberately disappeared, or was forced to go into hiding. The question is, why? And more importantly, who is behind this? If Austin is truly alive, that means someone orchestrated his death, and the entire city of Port Charles has been deceived. But what's the reason? What did Austin see or learn that made someone willing to kill him to keep him silent? Lucas can't ignore these questions, and although he knows investigating this could put himself in danger, he feels a responsibility to bring the truth to light. But it's not that simple. If Austin is in hiding, then maybe he has a good reason for doing so. Perhaps he discovered something terrible, or someone is hunting him down, preventing him from returning to normal life. Lucas must ask himself, is bringing Austin back to Port Charles truly the best thing, or will he unintentionally put him in greater danger? Lucas knows that Austin's existence could cause a wave of chaos. Someone wanted him dead, and if they discover he's still alive, they won't stop until they achieve their goal. That means anyone who knows the truth, including Lucas, could become a target. But Lucas can't stay silent. He knows that if he does nothing, Austin will have to live in the shadows forever, and those behind this will never be brought to light. However, Lucas must also be cautious about how he handles this situation. If he acts too rashly, he could inadvertently expose Austin's location, or worse, make both of them the target of those hunting them. He needs to find a smart way to bring Austin back to Port Charles without attracting too much attention. But how can he do that when he doesn't know who to trust? Lucas can't dismiss the possibility that Cyrus Renault might be involved in this. Cyrus has a shady history with Austin, and if Austin truly discovered something important, faking his death might have been the only way to protect himself. But if Cyrus is behind this, then Lucas must be more careful than ever. One wrong move, and he could become the next target. But the scariest thing is that there might be another force behind this, someone manipulating everything from the shadows, someone who may have controlled the entire investigation into Austin's death and made sure no one dug too deeply into it. If that's true, then Lucas is facing a force greater than anything he could have imagined. Lucas knows that if he decides to bring Austin back to Port Charles, it won't just be a personal decision, it will create a domino effect that no one can control. If Austin steps into the light, buried secrets will start to surface, and those who want to keep them hidden won't stop until they protect their interests. Port Charles will never be the same, and Lucas won't be able to turn back once he takes this step. He must decide whether the truth is worth the risk, whether he can protect Austin, himself, and those he loves, or whether this will be a decision that leads to an irreversible disaster. Whatever Lucas decides, one thing is certain. Port Charles is about to face a great storm, and when Austin returns, nothing will be hidden anymore. Jocelyn and Lucas are holding a chance that could completely change the landscape of Port Charles, a set of evidence from Austin himself, who is still alive and has decided to expose Cyrus's crimes. The documents Austin provided are not just scattered pieces of evidence, they contain earth-shattering secrets that could bring down Cyrus's entire empire. But the question is, can they use it wisely without putting themselves in danger? Jocelyn and Lucas understand that they are holding an extremely dangerous weapon. Austin's documents could contain information about shady dealings, arranged murders, and even Cyrus's connections with powerful officials. If these things were made public, Cyrus might never have a chance to return. But Joss and Lucas also realize that one small mistake could make them the next target of Cyrus. He's not the type to sit back and watch when someone threatens his power, and if he finds out they have evidence against him, they won't be safe. Jocelyn and Lucas can't act recklessly. They need to have a clear strategy, a way to ensure that this story gets exposed without putting themselves in harm's way. They might seek help from Dante Falconeri, someone who has always tried to take down Cyrus but never had enough evidence. But can Dante keep a secret, or will this evidence leak before they can use it properly? Another option is to give this information to Carly and Sonny, who have enough power and influence to go up against Cyrus in their own way. But by doing so, Jocelyn could inadvertently drag her mother into a dangerous battle she doesn't want Carly to be part of. Carly has faced off against Cyrus before, and Joss knows she won't stop until she's rid of him for good. As Joss and Lucas try to plan their next move, they feel a new dread hanging over Port Charles. Cyrus is becoming stronger, and if he senses anyone threatening him, he won't hesitate to strike. They know that if they don't act quickly, this opportunity could be lost forever, but if they make one wrong move, they could be the next ones to disappear from the city. Everything is on the brink of collapse, and one wrong step could send Port Charles into an uncontrollable storm. Jocelyn and Lucas will have to face the truth. They can bring Cyrus to justice, but at what cost? A new shock awaits, a new disaster could happen, and a shift in the power struggle is coming. No one can predict what will happen next, but one thing is certain, Port Charles will never be the same. Austin will officially return to Port Charles, and his return is not just a shock, but the catalyst that will push every storyline to its peak. When everyone believed he was dead, Austin's appearance will make everyone question, why did he fake his death? Where did he go? And more importantly, who is the real mastermind behind the attempt to kill him? Austin's return is not just about a missing person coming back, but it opens up a more complicated plot than ever before. He doesn't come back empty-handed, but with a series of dark secrets he gathered during his time in hiding. These pieces of information could be directly related to Cyrus, could expose the forces manipulating the hospital, or even shed light on unsolved cases in the city. Austin is no longer the man Port Charles once knew. After faking his death and being forced to run, he has changed, becoming more alert, more calculating, and ready to act to protect himself. But most importantly, he returns with a clear goal, to seek justice for himself and confront those who put him in this situation. When Austin returns, General Hospital will become the center of a new power struggle. The hospital, where he once worked and tried to build a new life, may now become the battleground where he must fight to survive. Those who want to hide the truth will surely not leave Austin alone, and an underground war will erupt within the walls of General Hospital. Austin's return will also create a series of new interactions, full of drama and unpredictability. Maxie, who once had a special bond with him, will react how when she finds out he's never really died? Elizabeth, Dante, even Carly, will they stand by him, or will they suspect he's hiding something? No one can stay out of this, because when Austin returns, he will bring a storm that will sweep over the entire city. Austin's appearance will completely disrupt the power balance in Port Charles. Those who thought they had won, who thought they could hide the truth forever, will now have to face the consequences. And Austin will not stop until he finds the person who tried to kill him and makes sure justice is served. But can he really trust anyone? Will Lucas and Jocelyn, who first uncovered clues about his existence, help him expose the truth? Or will he face this fight alone, risking danger once again? Port Charles will never be the same once Austin returns, and this new storyline will take General Hospital to a whole new level of tension. Secrets will be uncovered, alliances will be tested, and enemies will stop at nothing to silence Austin once again. But this time, he won't let them win.